Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Jack, the muscle and mobility maker with Stronghold Strength and Conditioning. And today, I'm taking you through the how, when, where, and why to use spinal CARs, controlled articular rotations. But before we get into it, take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Saturday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine. It doesn't get better than that. So take advantage of it. Ready? Let's go ahead and dive into this one. All right, like I said, today we're going to be taking you through spinal CARs, or controlled articular rotations. And essentially what I'm going to do here is take you through basically the walkthrough steps of how I like to build up spinal CARs and really learn them in the first place by breaking it into smaller pieces. And then from there, while we're going through that, I'll also explain when you're going to want to use these, why we want to use these, and some of the other benefits of using spinal CARs in your training and how you can incorporate them into your training as well. So first of all, let's go ahead and take you through how to actually perform them and actually get your body prepped to go through that full controlled articular rotation. All right, the first thing I like to do is break up my spinal CARs into little checkpoints here. So the first thing you'll need is a large medicine ball. This is a 10-pound medicine ball, but really it's about this size here. And you'll see that I've fully wrapped my arms around that so that I'm protracting my scapula, really separating the shoulder blades, and hugging and squeezing that ball so that I'm generating a lot of tension. That's where it can be really helpful, because the key to spinal CARs is in the intentionality of the movement itself and the tension you're generating through the movement. So the first thing I'll start with is a kneeling position. It can be easiest to learn from this position because we're really learning how to control what's happening around your pelvis so that you have a stable base to work from for the spine to extend, flex, and go in every direction from there. So we want to make sure that the glutes are fully contracted here, hips are fully extended, and then I'm segmenting my spine vertebrae by vertebrae, going into a full flex. Sometimes your abs might even want to cramp because of that tension that you're generating in full flexion. Go as far as you can, rounding and rolling yourself over the ball, and then go into a full extension, rolling the ball up onto your chest, under your chin. The next set of checkpoints that we want to go with are rotational. So here I'm still keeping that solid pelvis as my base to work from, and I'm rotating in each direction as far as I can, pulling the elbow back toward the opposing or opposite side glute. So here as I rotate to my left, I'm connecting that shoulder to my right glute, really driving that right leg into the ground, keeping the pelvis stable. So again, here we're creating 4 points of contact that are going to be the checkpoints along the path for your spinal CARs that we want to really hit on in each position. Next, we're going to move into the full CAR from here. What you'll notice if you've been paying close attention is that I'll do about 2 to 3 reps of each movement, or about 60 seconds up to 2 minutes of practice per movement as well. So by the time that you're completing these reps with the intentionality that they should have, it's only going to be a few reps in that time. It takes time to really make sure that you're maximizing the range of motion that you're reaching in each position. Now, when you're ready for the full CAR, we're going to start with that fully flexed position once again. Be sure that you keep your hips extended, hit that bottom point, and then start to go into a lateral flexion, rotating over that side. Hit that checkpoint where you rotated on the side, up to the top, over to the other side, and then down to the bottom. The key here is that I'm drawing as big of a circle as I can while keeping my pelvis stable below me in that position. Once I hit that starting point where I began, I'm going to reverse the motion itself. And I'm using the ball almost as a way to kind of roll it around my body there. It helps guide and have a bit of an external feedback. You'll see people doing it without, which is perfectly fine, you can, but it's important to have that feedback for the tension and also to be able to help guide the movement itself, using that ball to roll around your body and help the movement in that way. Two of the biggest benefits of spinal cars are the control of the spinal column itself, learning how to organize it through the full range of motion and stabilize it through that full range of motion, and also the compression-decompression cycle that nourishes the discs. This is very important for keeping your discs healthy overall. Now, once you master the kneeling position, you can also move to a standing position. It's a little harder to control because we have a longer lever from the legs and we need to stabilize the pelvis from this position in a slightly different way than when we're kneeling. So I recommend learning kneeling really well first and then moving up to standing from there once you have good control over stabilizing the pelvis. Otherwise, the movement is the same. We still want to hit those 4 points of contact and really draw as big of a circle around as we can, rolling that ball around our body and using that to guide the movement. Now, I also use spinal cars in many ways here. There's a lot of flexibility. You can use it as a core activation exercise because of all those muscles that you're going to be lighting up and just the way that you're going to have your body moving after performing them. There'll be a lot of movement freedom that you didn't have before around your spine. But I also like to use them a lot when I'm working with individuals who have shoulder issues or back issues in general. That could be upper back or lower back, and just helpful in that way to have that mobility and restore the range of motion while nourishing those discs in a very beneficial way. So those are a few of the ways that I can use that and would implement them in a program. They can be before a training session, or I can use them regularly if I have a pain at the shoulder or lower back, and it's going to benefit me whenever I do them in that sense. All right, and there you have it. How to perform your spinal cars so you can execute them with the most efficiency to get the most out of them, and when and why you would want to be using them in the first place so you can reap those benefits. If you like this video, make sure you let me know by clicking that big thumbs up down below, and take a moment to share this one with a friend. Maybe they're struggling with back issues and they need to improve their spinal mobility in general. This is a great exercise for them to actually start to build up and improve on. So pass it along their way, share the love with them. If you are somebody who struggles with a training ache or injury that is currently limiting you from your training intensity that you really want to be working at, then what I want you to do right now is drop down below in the description so that you can fill out a coaching application and schedule a mobility blueprint call. This is our opportunity to get on a Zoom call together so I can take you through a bit of an assessment, gather the information I need to tailor a program to your needs, and then from there get you moving in the right direction with that tailored program. So if that sounds like a good plan to you, what I want you to do right now is drop down below, schedule that call, and let's start moving you in that direction. Last but not least, if you have not already, take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Saturday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance in the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine, and it does not get better than that. Welcome to the Stronghold Army. We'll see you next week.